Hello everyone. Good afternoon to all. I hope you all are well. So, welcome here for today lecture, and I am Aruna Bajpayee, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So, today we will discuss the topic programming paradigm in object oriented programming and methodology subject. So in the previous lecture I will discussed about some overview of this subject, like unit wise syllabus of this subject, what are the prerequisite of this subject, course outcome of this subject. So in previous lecture I discussed about some general idea of this subject. Now the contents of today lecture is prerequisite of topic, what is programming, procedure oriented programming, what do you mean by object oriented programming with its structure and characteristic. Now the next topic is exercise. In the exercise you will see some questions based on MCQ or some questions that are defined into the form of short and detail. And next content is student effective learning outcomes. What will be the outcome of this topic, and references. So first we will study about the prerequisite of this topic. When we will study about the programming concept or about the paradigm, so we will know about the basic knowledge of computer, what do you mean by computer, and what are the different parts of computer into the terms of hardware and software. And if we have the basic knowledge of programming, how we will make the program with the help of programming methodology, so it will easy to learn or study this topic. First topic of today lecture is what is programming. So first you all of know about the term programming. प्रोग्रामिंग का मीनिंग क्या है, सबको सबसे पहले ये पता होना चाहिए प्रोग्रामिंग टर्म का मीनिंग क्या होता है. सो प्रोग्रामिंग मीन्स इट प्रोवाइड्स ए वे टू एक्सप्रेस कंसेप्ट. जैसे आपको अगर किसी से अपनी बात बोलनी है, आपको अपना कोई मैसेज कन्वे करना है, सो आप विद द हेल्प ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन you will convey our message into the form of communication. So according to this programming, when we want to express our concept into the basis of program terms, or we can write the concept onto our computer, so that particular language or concept is defined into the programming keyword. With the help of programming, user can develop real world models and building with the help of computer programs. So when we will know about some programming concept, or when we will study about the programming languages, so all the user or all the program development will involve our participation for creating a real world problem with the help of computer into the term of software also, or into the term of any system also. So here the programming is defined into the term of this steps. Now, first step is real world, second step is programmer, third step is computer. So what do you mean by real world? I already told to you in the previous class or lecture. Real world means it will define the entity into the term of objects. Objects can be defined into the term of like any person, any place, or any thing. So when we will perform our activity or perform our analysis on any real world entity or object, so after modeling we will convert this process with the help of the programmer. So when the programmer will work or design the model into the form of real world entity, so with the help of real world entity, programmer can be applied some type of methodology or some rules of statement that will written on the computer. So with the help of the computer you will write our programming concept. So सबसे पहले हम रियल वर्ल्ड जो हमारे ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं उनको हम डिफ़ाइन करेंगे. जब हम उसका एनालिसिस करते हैं या मॉडलिंग करते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ प्रोग्रामर अपना डेवलपमेंट या जो भी उसका लॉजिक है उसको डेवलप करता है विद द हेल्प ऑफ कंप्यूटर. जब प्रोग्रामर उस पर्टिकुलर कोड को किसी भी कंप्यूटर पर राइट करने के लिए जो मेथडोलॉजी यूज़ करता है, सो दैट पर्टिकुलर मेथडोलॉजी इज़ नोन एज प्रोग्रामिंग. नाउ व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द टर्म पैराडिग्म? बिकॉज दिस टॉपिक इज़ रिलेटेड टू द टू टर्म्स programming paradigm. So I define the term first programming, then I define the term paradigm. Paradigm means basically methodology or different types of method. By using that particular method we will generate our model. So in this subject we will study about the two basic paradigms that will help to create the programs with the help of computer. First programming methodology or programming paradigm is called procedure oriented programming, and second programming methodology or paradigm is defined into the term of object oriented programming. So first we will study procedure oriented programming. Basically some languages like Pascal, C, this is the example of programming languages and that are defined on the concept that will design on the procedure oriented programming methodology concept. And in procedure oriented programming, each statement in the language tells the computer to do something. So basically the meaning of procedure oriented programming is that if we will write any statement or any line or any code, so it will define that particular user want to do something with the help of the computer, and it will convert our process into the term of output. So all the user with the help of the computer, every or each line that will written on the computer is defined into the term of doing something. Like if you want to add two numbers, so first we will write each and every statement. What are the two numbers? Then you will perform the addition operation. So computer know the addition operation and it will give the result of first number plus second number, and after the addition it will give the result to you. So this is called procedure oriented programming concept. And in a procedure oriented programming, the mainly focus is done on the functions. Functions means when we will emphasize is on doing things what we want to do, so it will called as function. So we will focus on the function into this programming methodology. Like this is the structure of procedure oriented programming, and procedure oriented programming is also known as POP in the short. So first we will create our main program. This block is defined into the term of main. Main means this is main program. Then in this programming methodology we will divided our program into some different functions, or functions is also known as procedure. So this is our whole program, main program, and this particular program is divided into 3 parts with the help of function or procedure. So this is function 1 or procedure 1, that will be defined into the name of procedure A, that is procedure B, that is procedure X. So here we will divide our main program into 3 functions A, B and X. Now again the function with name procedure B is divided into 2 parts, procedure Y and procedure Z. So this is the overall structure that will be represented into the term of procedure oriented programming methodology. So in this methodology, first we will break down our main program into small functions, or this particular function is also called procedure. Next topic is characteristics of procedure oriented programming. What are the benefits, or we will define into the term of characteristic what are the different types of characteristics of POP. So first or important characteristic is it is based on doing things, means it particularly focus on doing things, or that particular things is called algorithm. Because in procedure oriented programming each step by step procedure is called algorithm that we want to execute our problem. So all the steps written by into the form of every step, so all the steps are merged, and this process is called algorithm from starting to ending. And in this procedure oriented programming, I already told to you the large programs are divided into smaller programs, and it is also known as functions, or we will also define this function into the term of procedure also. And in the procedure oriented programming, data generally move around the system from function to function. If we want to move any data with one function to another function and another function to third function, so data will move freely. The data will not bind together, so it will give the permission to move data function to function. Now when our data is not binding with the function, so function will transform data into the one form to the another form. And the main or important characteristics of POP is it basically follow top down approach in programming. When we will design the program, so it will follow the top down approach. Top down approach means in this programming we will first write our concept in the terms of code, then in the last we will create our main function. So with the help of main function our program will execute it. So it is called top down approach, and main function is defined first, then we will write our concept in the form of code. So first we will execute the main function. Without executing the main function our program will not give the output. So on the basis of this particular process, it is called top down approach. Second type of programming methodology or programming paradigm is called object oriented programming. You already know about the term object oriented programming because I already told to you in the previous lecture what do you mean by object oriented programming. Basically, the object oriented programming is defined in the basis of object, or we can say object is a real world entity. Like any vehicle is also we will define into the term of object. Any student, that will also represent the into the term of object. So object oriented programming is basically concept of object, and it is based on real world entity, and that particular real world entity is known as object. And in the object it may contain data also in the form of fields. So here fields is defined into the attributes. So when we will define the real world object like student or any vehicle or any person, that will represent into the term of object. So any object can be divided into two parts. First part is property. Property will define into the term of state, or we can say characteristic, that can change. And second part of object will be defined into the term of its behavior. So what do you mean by behavior? Behavior means its ability that will perform something or thing they can do. Like if we want to create any object into the term of student, or we can use another object like any vehicle. So vehicle have some properties like size, color, and behavior means what it can do. So by the vehicle, with the help of vehicle, we can move from one place to another place. So behavior of particular vehicle is defined into the term of driving. So these are the example of any object with its properties and behavior. Now the structure of object oriented programming is represented here. So there are three objects that will be represented into three types: object A, object B, object C. Object A will consist into two parts, data and functions. Object B also consists data and functions, and object C also consists data and function. Because any object can be defined with its data and its function, it will not define only data. When we will define the data, so we want to operate some operation on that particular data, then it will represent into the term of object. Otherwise it will not define as a object. Now there are three objects A, B and C. So data can define into the term of function. Why we will here represent the arrow into the term of data to function? Because function will operate on data. So this data will give the input into this function, then we will operate our function, and that particular operation is called object. Now here data is defined into the term of this box, and function is defined into the term of rectangular box. So when we will communicate, or we want to communicate between these two objects, object A and object B, or we can transfer our information with the help of one object to the another object. So we will communicate any information or any message with the help of functions. So object will communicate here in object oriented programming with the help of function of that particular object. Like function A is connected with function B, because if we want to communicate object A and object B, so we will done the interaction. Now object B and object C is also connected with the help of functions, and object C and object T is also connected with the help of function. So any object that want to communicate with any another object, so it will communicate with the help of functions. Now there are some important characteristics of object oriented programming that will help to differentiate this programming language or procedure oriented programming language. So first, the important characteristics of object oriented programming is it is emphasized on data rather than procedure, and this approach follow the bottom up approach for designing a program. And in object oriented programming, our program will be divided into different parts, and the different parts are known as object, and our object may communicate with each other into the form of function. That I already discussed this point. Object with the function may communicate with each other, and if we want to add new data and function into our object oriented programming, so new data and function can be easily added wherever it will necessary. So these are some characteristics of object oriented programming. Some other characteristics of object oriented programming all are also defined in the notes. Now this is the exercise that will define some questions related to this lecture or basic concepts of object oriented programming. Like first question is MCQ based. Which of the following are procedural language? So there are 4 options: Pascal, Smalltalk, C, and both A and C. So these are the options of first question. So this is the practice question for after listening the video or reading the notes, you will give the answer of this question. Second question is, which was first purely object oriented programming language developed? Java, C++, Smalltalk, and Kotlin. These are the 4 options of second question. Third question is, when object oriented programming concept did first came into picture? Means you will define the origin of object oriented programming into the term of year, like 1970, 1980, 1993, 1995. Fourth and fifth questions are into the form of short answer question. Fourth question is, what do you mean by paradigm and its type? So I already defined to you what do you mean by paradigm and what are the types of paradigm. Next question is also related to this lecture. Give the difference between procedure and function. So these are some questions for your practice. Next topic of today lecture is student effective learning outcomes. So what are the outcomes for listening this lecture? First outcome of this lecture is ability to solve problems through application of theoretical and practical concept. So if you know about the programming methodology and what are the different types of programming languages, so and with the help of any programming languages you will solve the application that will be concept on the theoretical and practical approach. Second outcome is defined into the term of thinking ability. So each and every student will improve the thinking ability that we want to design any program. So with the help of these languages you will create your own program. Third outcome is application of concept of topic and its taxonomical applications. So there are different types of applications. Like if we discuss about the application of object oriented programming, so with the help of object oriented programming we will design any software also, we will design any system also, and any games also. So object oriented programming will use in different types of field, like entertainment purpose. For entertainment purpose we will create any game, and for real world entity you will also use this type of model for defining the application of concept. Now this is the reference book Bala Guruswamy, and the title of this book is Object Oriented Programming with C++. So thank you to all, and in this lecture I covered the topic about the programming and paradigm. So सबसे पहले मैंने आपको बताया प्रोग्रामिंग का मीनिंग क्या है, देन उसके बाद हमने पढ़ा पैराडिग्म का मीनिंग क्या है, एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ combination of both term programming and paradigm we will define the different paradigm methodology. And there are two types of programming paradigm, POP and OOP. So POP will based on the procedure and functions, and object oriented programming is generally based on real world entity, and that particular entity is called object. And the important part of object oriented programming is that it is developed in the year 1970. So this is the some paradigm technology or paradigm methodology that I will discuss here, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the basic concepts of object oriented programming, like what do you mean by object, class, inheritance, polymorphism. So there are some basic features and basic concepts of object oriented programming that we will discuss in the lecture number 3. Thank you to all and good day.